Good morning, crew.
Good morning.
All right.
So today,
Yeah.
it's a special day.
Okay.
It's Selena Day in Texas.
Selena Day?
Selena
Yes.
Day?
Selena Quintanilla. Not to be
Is
confused
this
with
the
the recent
Selena that they
Selenas.
made the movie about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is the Selena.
I'm still lost, but I'm going to nod my head.
Hey, this is good because if you're lost, that means other people are lost, Ross. So let me help provide some context.
That's not always the case. Sometimes Ross is the only one who's lost. But
So Selena Quintanilla, she was a major, probably the first Tejano artist of the day in the 90s.
What does Tejano mean?
It's a genre of music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she would sing. She sang in English, she sang in Spanish, but Tejano was like its own little genre that she kind of started.
Oh, okay.
And she was the first female to do it too.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay.
So music was introduced into her and to her two other siblings through their dad. He had a band growing up and stuff like that. And he one day just heard her singing as a 8-year-old and was like, there's something here. And so then he started training up his kids
Okay.
to be musicians, and before you knew it, they were like going on tours, and like fans loved her. She was so humble. She could sing in Spanish, but wasn't great at speaking Spanish. Ross, you may be able to relate a little bit.
Maybe that's
Feliz Navidad.
Ross just needs to start singing for his college Spanish class test.
But she was so open and transparent about who she was. There was no fluff, and she designed her own clothes. So she was super creative, but just easily lovable. And unfortunately, she died early in her career as a result of her manager doing something that, was super sad due to embezzlement. She was confronted, but because she won the hearts of so many people, not just like domestically, but around the world, it's a day that still is honored.
So people still celebrate it today.
Yep, like my kids know who she is. They sing to her songs, even though clearly they were not around back then. But yeah, it was such a big deal whenever she passed away that George Bush declared her birthday Selena Day in Texas.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's really neat. It seems like you got some passion for this,
I
Ben.
was just going to say,
'cause
is there going to be some
she's just
Selena on the after-school playlist?
There is.
Today?
There, beady beady bum bum. Beady beady bum bum.
See? I didn't even know.
Okay, I feel like I know that song.
See, that's her.
See, look, Ross actually knows Spanish.
I used to work with the huge Marshallese population, and they had her songs memorized,
Oh, did they?
in Spanish.
That's awesome.
So
That is
you can.
cool.
She touched a lot of people even after she passed away.
That's really cool.
But yeah, Selena Day.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC, the positive difference.
Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
Today we're talking about Caden Beasley out of North Carolina. See, he was 13 when a physician's assistant recommended the Carolina Hurricanes Sled Hockey Club as a way for Caden to stay active.
Okay. Play a little hockey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before long, he had a newfound purpose and passion that overtook his life. It sent him skating past perceived limitations, and he was even invited to be on Team USA, the development camp for sled hockey.
Wow. So he
And
must be actually be pretty good.
Yeah, he eventually made the team. His coaches said he was a natural. Like, first day out on practice, he was a
They're
natural.
like, that kid's got something.
You just picked it up.
Second game, he was like player of the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in April, Caden skated in the Milano Cortina 2026
Oh, from the Olympics stuff?
Winter Paralympics in Italy.
The Paralympics. Okay.
So just weeks after the USA men's and women's teams both won gold in the same city's Winter Olympics. You see, Caden's life began seemingly surrounded by constant barriers and obstacles. He was born as a double amputee above the knee. Not only that, but he was given up for adoption.
Oh, wow.
Spent his first 3 years of life in a Chinese orphanage.
Oh, man.
So this was during that whole era where they couldn't have more than one child at home.
So if they perceived there's something wrong.
You're definitely like out.
Oh, man, that's so heartbreaking.
It's so sad. But at age 3, he was adopted by the Beasleys, a family from North Carolina. And he was brought up with another son who had been adopted from China 3 years earlier.
Very cool.
So he says, thanks to family's love and support, his purpose provided by sport, he's sped past all of the obstacles, all of the challenges, delivering a gold medal to his country.
That is really, really cool.
And hopefully some inspiration to anyone who hears his story, because he knows,
I think a lot of us.
yeah, adoption is part of his journey, but he says it's not all of it.
No. And I love that he found that thing he's so passionate about. And now clearly he's killing it too.
He is. He's doing so good.
That's really awesome. That is our Positive Difference story of the day.
Real people, real life. The KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
I've been thinking a little more about marriage this week because tomorrow, big wedding anniversary at our house. 27 years. If we can make it there. One more day to celebrate. But I came across this letter and I was like, man, this is so good. I'm going to hijack this. And if my sons get married someday, I was like, I'm going to do something like this.
I thought you were going to say copy paste the letter.
I was like, I might copy and paste a good chunk of it for sure. Put a few typos in there so they'll know it came from me.
A little voice to text
this must have been from my dad. Okay. But this guy wrote this letter to his son and gave it to him the day before he got married. Here's just a little bit of it. This is really cool. He said, tonight, you stand on the edge of a new life. Tomorrow, you'll speak vows that will shape your soul. You won't just marry a woman, you'll accept a mission. You'll become a husband, and God will judge you as one. I want you to remember first, marriage will not run on feelings. Feelings rise and fall like weather.
Preach.
That's a good line. Marriage runs on virtue and sacrifice and truth. And when you love your wife, you don't merely feel warmth toward her. You will her good. You choose her good. Even when you feel tired, when you feel misunderstood, when you feel tempted to withdraw, the choice is for you to make as a man. Your wife will not need a perfect husband. She'll need a present one. And she'll need a man who leads the tone in the home.
Come on.
When tensions come, and it will, your calm will act like a roof over her head. If you panic, if you react, if you argue like a boy trying to win, you'll teach her that your home has no shelter. If you stay steady, you'll teach her she can exhale. So lead with that steadiness.
Wow.
This is like a marriage proverb.
I know.
Yes, I thought that was so good.
It's so
I was
true.
like, man, it's taken me 27 years, I think, to recognize how true that is about the whole setting the tone
Yeah.
thing. I think, and then once we had kids, it amplifies even more, and you realize, oh, wait a minute, I will massively affect how everybody else is going to feel in this moment. And whether right or wrong or whatever, it is what it is.
It is.
Kind of thing, right?
And I feel like society has taught us, we hear this all the time, happy wife, happy life. And it's so backwards. You know what I mean? Like
control what you can control instead of
And
trying to force it on somebody else.
Yeah, and I don't know. It just seems like there's already so much pressure as a mom. If you're having kids, like you feel like, I think we've heard, you feel like you know your spouse, and then a child gets introduced, and then it's a whole new version of your spouse, and then a new child gets introduced, and it's a whole new. Just when you think you have each other figured out, things change, and so I could definitely see where having that like steadfast, I know that my spouse is safe, and that regardless of how I'm feeling, he's going to be steadfast, he's going to be steady, he's going to respond appropriately. That makes the world of difference.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, the beauty of it is when you've got two people who can own that and be like, wait a minute, I affect the tone here too.
Right.
Whether it's the husband or the wife. And so it's like, as much as it's up to me,
Yeah.
I'm going to choose peace here into that. And that feels like it changes everything.
It does.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
I came across this letter a dad had written to his son. Gave it to him the day before he got married. And man, I've been married as of tomorrow, 27 years. I'm still learning this stuff. And we got some really good advice before we got married. But I was like, man, I wish
Right.
I would have had this letter.
This almost feels
then.
like applicable if you're doing like if you're even considering marriage,
Yes. Yeah.
this is something that I feel like everyone should read to be like, it's not just a saying I do in a relationship.
It's a little bit harder than that.
Yes. So we were talking earlier about, he talked about that whole, like, you set a tone that affects everybody else in the house. This I thought was really good too. He said, when she feels upset, don't treat her emotion as an enemy to defeat. Treat it as information to understand. Ask yourself, what is she feeling? What does she need from me right now? Name it simply. You feel hurt, you feel scared, you feel alone. That kind of clarity will lower the fire. Then you can move to action together. You don't need to fix everything in 5 minutes. I'm like, really?
Yep, same here.
You don't need to make her feel, but you do need to make her feel safe with you in the storm. At the same time, do not confuse being loving with being weak. Love needs backbone.
Ayo.
I knew you would like that one, Becky. You must hold your frame, your dignity, your boundaries, your direction. Some days she'll test you, not because she hates you, but because she wants to know whether you can carry weight. She wants to know whether your strength stays when her emotion rises. Meet these moments with warmth and firmness. Speak slowly, stand tall, choose clarity over sarcasm.
Oh, man.
I know.
Really?
I know. I was like, oh.
Wait.
A man who
Ow.
holds the line with kindness becomes trustworthy.
Wow.
I was like, there's some rich wisdom
So
in this.
Woo, man, that's a lot to take in. I'm in my dating stage and I'm like, man, there is so much of this that I need to apply already. Of just, I think the biggest thing that stood out is you don't have to fix everything in 5 minutes because it really feels like, okay, this is a ticking time bomb. I gotta, disarm this before it becomes too late, before the emotions become too much. But this idea of just, hey, I'm going to sit with you and I'm going to let you feel safe. And I think something that I've been talking to somebody about recently is just, hey, you're going through something hard. You've been through harder. We've been through harder. We're going to get through this. Let's just sit through this. We've been through a lot together.
Well, all right. Ross is already smarter than 27
Don't
years.
say that out loud, Mark.
Forget that, Ross. Don't forget I ever said that.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
We're getting a lot of feedback on this letter this guy wrote.
It's really good.
It is really good. So a dad wrote this letter to his son and gave it to him the night before he got married. And it got my attention because my boys aren't at that stage yet. But I thought, man, if that day comes, I want to give them something like this. There's some really good stuff in
Really
this.
good practical stuff in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole hey, you're going to set the tone.
Yeah.
In ways you don't even realize. We were talking to Ross, you were mentioning earlier that whole man, it's so hard not to want to
Solve a problem in
fix
5
things.
minutes.
Just
Somebody
listen.
was just telling me recently, they're like, hey, the way I explain it to my husband is, I need you to come sit in the mud with me.
Yeah.
I don't need you to rescue me out of this or whatever, but
Sit in it.
come here. And I was like, okay, all right, I guess that makes sense. I'm curious, Becky, from a wife's perspective, if you think this is true. Here's one of the lines the dad wrote to his son. He said, build trust through consistency. Keep your promises, show up on time, follow through. A wife relaxes when she knows your yes means yes. She'll forgive many imperfections if she can rely on your word. Consistency will feel boring to you some days. It will feel like oxygen to her.
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Because it's not any different than when we spend time in the Word. The more
That's
consistent
interesting.
you
Yeah.
are with it, the more you
Yes.
start to believe and really marinate in the Lord's promises. He shows up just in time, right? It's not always our time, but this is a good reminder of for us as women, yes, we rely on our husbands to be these things. And then in turn, we're also relying on our husbands to rely on the Lord for these exact things too.
that's
So it's
really
almost like
good.
a cascading
That's really good.
effect.
Because I think sometimes as a husband, I know this will be shocking to you guys. I'm not the most interesting human being on the planet.
Mark, come on.
You've given yourself the nickname of Vanilla.
I am not Mr. Flashy or whatever. And it does. Sometimes you can think like, well, this is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? Because I'm not out, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do think, I guess now that I think about it, I mean, we'll be married 27 years tomorrow. And over the years, when Tiff's written like a kind note and a card or something like that, I think that's one of the things that pops up. She's like, thanks for being steady.
Exactly.
Consistency seems to be better than excitement.
Yes, but exciting is so flashy. Like, it's,
Yeah.
and you start feeling almost insecure. Of
Yes.
like, well, I'm
It's like,
not-
what are you trying to make up for?
Right. Instead of, no, okay, well, maybe actually the most important thing is for me to pursue being
Yeah, just be steady.
trustworthy and consistent into that. And you're right. Is it ultimately that's what we want from God
Yeah.
too, more than anything.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
We've been talking about this letter this dad wrote to his son, gave it to him the day before he got married. People have been asking too, hey, will you guys post that? So yes.
Yes, 100%. It's so good to read.
It is.
Because I think we can talk about it, but to do it justice and like the poetry behind his words, it's truly beautiful. Definitely go check it out. It's on the KLRC Morning Show Facebook page and just read it. It took me probably 3 times reading it to really understand what he's saying. And even if you're like 20 years into marriage, I'm sure you can learn
it totally
something.
applies. Absolutely. And you're right. Yeah, some of the language is really beautiful.
Yep.
When he talks about not basically ending dating just because you got married. And he talks about keep courting her after tomorrow. Don't let the wedding end the pursuit. Date her, plan, initiate, touch with affection, speak admiration out loud. And then I love this line. A woman blooms under steady cherishing. I was like, okay, that's
good.
Beautiful.
It
like,
is.
that's it, right? We care for each other that way. And I think he's onto something like, don't let it end just because you now are husband and wife. That was like, keep on dating. Now, you said you've been living this out?
Every Friday, I take out my wife on a date.
Every Friday you take her on a date.
Yes. And we go out, we shop, we eat, we just come home. We want to come home. Usually in the morning, me home by afternoon because I'm old. And so, 37 years old.
How many years have you been married?
Well, I was married to my first wife for 25 years. And she passed away. Then a few years later, I got remarried. 26 years now, almost.
Wow. And you still take her out on a date every Friday?
Date, every Friday.
That is beautiful. I love it.
Thank you so
You
much
need
for
to do that.
sharing.
You're welcome. Have a good day, guys.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC. The positive difference.
Happy birthday!
Let's go! 1, 2, 3, go! HPPY,
Hey, happy birthday.
Pretty good.
Best one of the week, I think. so
Yeah,
far.
I think so too.
All right, dance party's complete. Now it's time to celebrate some birthdays with the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash.
Happy birthday to Seth Doss in Gentry.
Landry Gibson, officially Sweet 16 in Bentonville today.
Rhett Selby has a birthday too, turning 10 in Hinesville.
Okay, so only 3 names.
Only 3.
In the randomizer, and let's see if we can surprise somebody.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. Is this Landry?
Yes.
Landry, it's Mark, Becky, and Ross from KLRC.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Landry, what's one thing that you're thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for my family.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, you're also the winner of a Marketplace Grill birthday bash, so we'll get that certificate in the mail for you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.